It's 4:20 somewhere, and right now that somewhere is right here on The Cannabis Show. So hello and welcome. I am your producer, Vincent.
Now let's move on to the week's marijuana news, Vince.
And there is so much, because this is legitimately the busiest week for news in cannabis in 2015.
I think that's legit. I think that's true. I think that's absolutely true.
And there's so much going on that we should just probably go through it all, you know, bullet point, list style, right?
I like it, Vince. I like it.
All right, dude. Then I'll feed you the states, and you tell us the news that we need to know. And let's start with Oregon.
In general, you can tell a lot about the plant material that went into a concentrate by the way it looks. If it's dark, it's usually because the plant material is either old or possibly contaminated with something. It could also just be very matured. Sometimes you get a very red, kind of darkish oil from plants that were let to mature because the
ladies, it is time for the pot quiz. 4 quick questions. If Taylor gets it wrong, Dahlia, you can steal it for the point. And producer Vince over there is a real stickler with the points. So, you know, we're very exact about this process.
Right.
Dahlia, you're up first.
Okay.
Name the marijuana delivery app that allows people now to obtain a medical marijuana license in California via teleconferencing and without even leaving their home.
They do that in California?
In California, you can now get on your smartphone, have a FaceTime with a doctor, and then get back on this app that I'm asking you about and order marijuana
And
right
then
there.
have your medicine delivered. Well, let me think of some sort of creative name because I have no idea.
And what it's found is that the relative humidity during the night is high enough that possibly you could be condensing water, little droplets like dewdrops on the surface.
For decades, astronomers have traced dry water beds across the surface of Mars in the hopes of discovering liquid water. What has taken 45 years of speculation for humans has taken rover Curiosity just over a year to uncover.
Over the last 40 years, since we started sending spacecraft to Mars, from Mars orbit, we see lots of evidence that there was water in the past. We see riverbeds that have been carved across the surface. We see deep canyons. We see evidence of large floods. And so what that tells us is those didn't happen recently, but in the past, 1 billion years, 2 billion years ago, the conditions must have been much different on Mars.
Good. Up a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Let's get ME1 done. Click here.
There we go. Yep. Looks like get on there.
Over to that way. Down a tad. Up a bit more. There we go. All right. We're coming in 1 minute. Did you get that, Bridge? 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fade, mics, and cue.
Welcome back to
Ready,
Channel
ME2.
7 News. I'm Brady Rice. And I'm Luke Prohaska.
Take ME2. Ready, ME4.
The Colorado Rockies started a series on Memorial Day against the Cincinnati Reds.
Take ME4.
This is the first of a 4-game set against the Cincinnati Reds. Let's get right into the second inning, where Brandon Barnes chases down
Ready,
the pop-up
ME3.
in right field and extends his body into the stands to make a great catch with his purple. As we go to the top of the ninth with runners on the corners,
15 seconds.
Nolan Arenado comes up big once again when he hit a sac fly to center field, allowing Charlie
10 seconds.
Blackman to tag up and race to home plate to give the Rockies a 5-4 lead that would eventually be the final score,
3,
giving the Rockies
2,
a win on Memorial
1,
Day.
fade.
Last night, the Houston Rockets
Ready,
looked to
ME2.
bounce back from a devastating 35-point loss to the Golden State Warriors.
The community partners contribute by helping the winning companies celebrate and highlighting the organization's successes.
Believe it or not, there are companies that are growing within Denver that we're not aware of. So for us, this is a great way for us to be able to inventory who's growing quickly, get to know them, and see what we can do to provide them some help.
I think what's most surprising about the Colorado Companies to Watch program is the support it gains from across the state, from the economic developers to the cities and the governments, the volunteers, but most importantly, the past winners who continue to support a network of incoming winners.
The Boulder Economic Council is a community partner because we think it's important to establish relationships with these second stage companies because these second stage companies are Boulder's next major employers and are extremely important to our local economy.
Our organization has been able to meet many people we probably wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to meet, and for our business it extends our network, not just for the Denver South area but for the whole metropolitan area and state.